Okay, let's dive in. Picture this. April 9th, 2025. Ahmedabad. The Narendra Modi Stadium, probably
Oh,
buzzing.
yeah, absolutely. Big game atmosphere.
And the Gujarat Titans, batting first at home, they've just put up a massive score, 217.
Oh, yeah, 217. That's a really daunting total for any chasing team, especially in the IPL.
You can just imagine the feeling in the Rajasthan Royals camp looking at that. A huge chase
It
ahead.
puts you under pressure right from ball one of the chase, doesn't it? You need everything to go right.
And, well, it didn't. They really faltered, didn't they? Bowled out for just 159.
Yeah, collapsed really. Finished in the 19th over, 19.2, I think. A big loss, 58 runs.
A really significant defeat. And you think, okay, tough night, lick your wounds, move on.
But that wasn't quite the end of it for them that evening. There was another sting in the tail.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because their captain, Sanju Samson, got hit with a pretty substantial fine. We're talking 24 lakh rupees.
24 lakh. Wow. That's not pocket change. That's serious money.
So what was that huge fine for? It wasn't dissent or anything like that, was it?
No, nothing like that. It was something maybe less dramatic, but clearly very important to the IPL organizers.
The overrate. A slow overrate. So not only struggling to score runs quickly enough,
They were also too slow bowling their own overs. It's like a double whammy on the day.
it really highlights something interesting about the IPL, doesn't it? The pace of play is absolutely critical.
It is. It's not just about the cricket action. It's about the whole package, the viewing experience, broadcast timings.
Right, so this wasn't just a slap on the wrist. Let's unpack this slow overrate thing. What exactly does it entail in the IPL?
Okay, so basically, teams have a set amount of time to bowl their 20 overs. There are, some allowances.
Allowances for what? Like drink breaks?
Yeah, drinks breaks, strategic timeouts that the teams call themselves, umpire reviews, injuries, things like that don't count against you.
Okay, makes sense.
But if you just take too long between overs, bowlers walking back slowly, long fielding discussions, if you fall behind the required rate after those allowances.
Then you're in trouble. You get flagged for a slow overrate.
Exactly. And the penalties, as we saw, they're not trivial, especially if it happens more than once.
So it escalates. This 24 lakh fine for Samson wasn't the first offense penalty.
That's right. This was their second offense of the season. The first time, it's usually just the captain who gets fined, maybe a smaller amount.
That's the second time.
The second time, the captain's fine jumps significantly, hence the 24 lakh for Samson, and crucially, the rest of the team gets fined too.
The whole plain 11,
Yeah.
even the impact player.
Yep. Everyone involved on the field. They face a fine of, I believe it's 6 lakh rupees or 25% of their match fee, whichever is lower.
Wow. So that really spreads the responsibility, doesn't it? It's not just on the captain's shoulders financially.
It emphasizes that maintaining the pace is a collective team effort.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be switched on, hustling between overs.
It adds another layer of pressure, though. In that IPL cauldron, you're thinking about tactics, execution, the score.
And the clock. Always the clock ticking in the background. It's part of the professional demand now.
You mentioned the broadcast side of things. Is that the main driver for these strict rules, keeping the show on schedule?
I think it's a huge part of it, yeah. The IPL is a massive global product. Broadcasters have tight schedules, advertisers have paid for slots, delays cost money, and potentially viewers.
So it's business reality meeting sporting reality. Okay, let's pivot back to the match itself. While the Royals struggled, Gujarat Titans, they were flying.
Oh, absolutely. Putting 217 on the board, that's a statement of intent. Shows real batting power.
Especially at home, they clearly felt comfortable in Ahmedabad.
Definitely. And then to back it up with the ball, restricting a team like Rajasthan, which does have dangerous batters.
To just 159. That's clinical bowling.
Very clinical. They took wickets regularly, never really let the Royals build any momentum or threatening partnerships, got the job done efficiently.
And this win, where did it put the Titans in the grand scheme of the 2025 season at that point?
That win actually took them to the top of the table. They were, I think, 4 wins from 5 matches at that stage, only 1 loss.
So clearly establishing themselves as the team to beat early on.
Dominant start to the season for them, for sure, setting the pace.
Which is quite a stark contrast to the Royals, right?
Mhm.
Where were they sitting after this loss?
Yeah, quite the opposite. This loss left them down in 7th place, I believe. 2 wins, 3 losses, bottom half of the table.
So not only dealing with the loss and the fine, but also struggling for consistency in the league standings.
Exactly. It sort of paints a picture of 2 teams on very different trajectories at that moment in the season. One firing on all cylinders, the other while facing a few hurdles.
And this overrate issue wasn't new for the Royals that season you mentioned.
No, that's the key thing. They'd already been fined for it once before in a match against Chennai Super Kings in Guwahati.
Okay, so this wasn't just a one-off bad day at the office regarding timing. It suggests maybe a pattern or a recurring challenge for them.
It does raise that question. Is it something about their on-field process, their awareness? It's something the team management would definitely need to address
Yeah.
urgently.
You have to think about the impact in the dressing room. That kind of fine, 24 lakh for the captain, 6 lakh for others, that's got to affect morale, surely.
It certainly could. No player wants to be losing match fees over something like this. It might make them more mindful, yes, but it could also add, a bit of extra tension when they're out there.
Yeah, another thing to worry about in high-pressure moments.
Mm-hmm.
So when you step back, this whole episode, the match, the fine,
Mm-hmm.
it's more than just a result. It tells us a lot about the IPL framework.
Absolutely. It underscores just how seriously the league takes time management. It's right up there with performance.
And that 24 lakh figure for Samson, just to put it in perspective again, about 28,500 US dollars. Enough for a decent car in India.
It's a significant deterrent. The IPL is sending a very clear signal. Keep the game moving. There are real financial consequences if you don't.
And the fact the entire team, including the impact player, cops a fine too.
It reinforces that collective responsibility. It's not just one person dawdling. If the team is slow, the team pays.
And this being the Royals' second offense, as we noted.
That flags it as more than an accident. It becomes a point of concern, potentially a systemic issue they need to fix.
Meanwhile, you've got Gujarat Titans sitting pretty at the top, winning decisively, presumably keeping their overs ticking along nicely.
They seem like a well-oiled machine at that point, delivering results and, you'd assume, staying on the right side of the clock.
It really makes you think about the captains, doesn't it? They're juggling so much strategy, bowler changes, field settings.
And now, very visibly, they've got to be a timekeeper too. Watching the clock, urging players along, making sure they don't fall behind. It's another skill they need.
Do you think that pressure could impact strategy? Could a captain hesitate to use a spinner who takes a bit longer, or maybe rush a field change?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? You'd hope not, but the pressure is real. Could it lead to rushed decisions? Maybe. Could it subtly influence who bowls when? It's possible.
It's a tricky balance for them to strike. Good strategy versus the ticking clock.
Definitely. You don't want the overkit rules to negatively impact the tactical side of the game, but the league needs the matches to run on time.
This Royals incident, then, it's a real wake-up call for every team, every captain in the league. Keep an eye on that clock.
Absolutely. The cost of falling behind is substantial, financially, and maybe even for team spirit. It's a lesson learned the hard way for Rajasthan.
And you wonder, moving forward from that point in the season, what specific things could teams even do? More proactive field changes, quicker chats between bowler and captain.
Yeah, maybe streamline those on-field conversations. Fielders anticipating where they need to go, just shaving off seconds wherever possible. It requires constant awareness.
And for the Royals, how much does something like this, these repeated fines, actually impact their overall campaign? Does it derail them or just become a footnote?
It's hard to say definitively, but it can't help. It adds unwanted noise, financial strain, and maybe chips away at confidence. In a league as tight as the IPL, these things can matter. It's all part of that complex mix of rules, performance, and relentless pressure. Who manages it all best often ends up on top.